we are looking at steps involved in decision-making process. Steps involved in decision-making process. There are steps that is involved in decision-making process. And these steps is what we are going to look at today. Now, if you must make a decision, there are steps you need to follow to make this decision so that you can get a result. Now, the first steps you need to do in decision-making process is that you will identify your problem. First of all, you need to identify your problem. Do you have a problem? If you have a problem, then identify the problem. When you identify the problem, then you begin to reason. Do we have the need to make changes in this problem? This problem that is, affecting us. Do we have reason to make changes? You begin to reason it. Now, if there are reasons to make changes on this problem, that is to say you are now identify the needs. You identify the needs to make changes. First of all, you discover your problems, the problem, define the problem, and then you find out if there is need for you to make changes in that problem. Then the next thing you need to do is to gather relevant information. Gather relevant information to make these certain changes. And how do you gather the relevant information? Is to make researches. You have to make researches, gather the data you need to make relevant informations concerning this decision. You have to make researches, gather the data. What are the data you need to make this decision? Because this decision is not something you just do just like that. You have to gather data that will help you to make the right decision. And then you gather it, you list it out, you look at it, you reason it. Then another thing you need to do is to also check out for alternatives. You need to look out for alternatives. Are there alternatives that we can use apart from the researches you made, apart from the things you have written down, the data you have collected concerning this decision making? Are there alternatives? Of course, there will be alternatives. You have to begin to check for other alternatives that can be applied. If we do it like this, will it work? What if we do it like this? Is it going to be perfect? You make other relevant alternatives, list them out also, look at them very well. Those alternatives, can we apply them? Can we use them? Or can we use the first data we have collected? So you make alternatives in making that decision. There must be alternative written down that can be applied also. The next thing you do is to evaluate the alternatives. Of course, you have to evaluate the alternatives. These alternatives are written down. What are the pros and the cons? What are the advantages? What are the things we are going to stand to gain if we use this alternative we have written down? What are the things we stand to gain? So you have to evaluate it. You have to look at the risk. What is the risk taken? What is advantage? What do we stand to gain if we use this alternative? Or do we use the first data collection to solve this particular problem? So these are the things you need to consider. You need to look at the pros and cons, look at the advantages and disadvantages. You look at the risk taken. What are the processes we are going to take? You look at those things. And then the next thing you need to do is to choose the right option. From the first data you have collected and from the alternatives you have written down, then you have to choose the best option. You choose the best option from the alternatives or from the first data collected. You make the right choice. See, in making choices is very important. When you make the wrong choice, you stand to fail. So for you to make the right choice, you need to carry on these processes. You need to carry on these processes, collect your data, make researches, get alternatives, check the advantages and disadvantages, check the risk. Then you now make a choice. You make the right choice based on what you have decided, what you have found out, the alternative, the advantages, disadvantages. You have to now make the right choice from the data or from the alternatives. The next thing you need to do is to implement. You just have to implement the option you have chosen. You implement it. First of all, you have to make a plan to implement it. You don't just implement it like that. There should be also procedures you need to take to implement it. What are the procedures? What are also the steps we need to implement this decision? to make this, to effect this change? What are the things, what are the procedures we need to plan? You make a plan, and then you follow the plan, implement it, and then you monitor it. Of course, you need to monitor it. What is the result, outcome? After implementing, after carrying action, you need to monitor it. You have to monitor it, check it. As you implement it, you check it, you evaluate the process again. You check the working process, you monitor it, and then you make adjustments. If there are any way you need to make adjustment to make sure you get the perfect result, to make sure the perfect change is effected, you have to monitor it, and then make some certain changes from time to time, make changes, and then you'll be able to come out with a good result. You'll be able to come out with your goals. You'll be able to achieve your goals. Able to achieve. So these are the steps involved in decision making. So in decision making, for you to make the right decision, you need to follow this process. You monitor it, make adjustments, implement it, make adjustments, and then you come out with a perfect result. So these are the processes. Please, if you're watching my video for the first time, I want you to subscribe to this channel.
Hello guys, if you're watching me for the first time on YouTube, I want you to subscribe to my channel so that I can get notification when I drop my videos. If you're watching me on Facebook, I want you to follow me. If you're watching me on TikTok, I want you to follow me. I love you.
I teach financial literacy, and I also discuss different problems of people and the solutions. Put a thumb for me and then share this video. See you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.